Hey everyone, welcome back to Chesh Breaks. I am one of your hosts, obviously Chesh, who likes to break shit, I guess. That's a great intro. I'm so professional at this. And obviously I'm here with Sam. Sam, how you doing?
Good. No, I mean it's informal mail night, so it's fine. You don't have to be that professional. But no, I'm good. I had a nice surprise in the box score this afternoon when I saw what the Heat did, and I heard why, because apparently LeBron told Jimmy Butler that the Heat were in trouble in the first quarter, and he activated DEFCON 5. And next thing you know, Jimmy's outscored, out-rebounded, out-assisted, I think, in all stats for the first time in LeBron's career or something. So one of those weird stats anyway. But it also means LeBron doesn't have a sweep to his name.
Yeah, well, I mean,
he never will. We probably never will.
Maybe LeBron now learns that you just don't mouth off to somebody until you actually beat them.
I think also to his credit, not to Jimmy Butler. I think he's I've got to. I don't know. I used to not respect him as much, but now I absolutely do. Yeah.
Speaking of basketball stuff, and just as an aside, we actually have a special guest, which is Charlie from Cherry, who is basically the social media guru over at Cherry Collectables. Charlie, how you doing?
Hello, I'm doing pretty well. I was very excited about the result of the game today as well, because it means that the games aren't over yet, and we can all stay excited for another few days.
Exactly.
Maybe we can also more Tyler hero cards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The hero will save us.
Well, it's funny because I was at lunchtime. I was moving things around in anticipation for the stream, and I actually found some Chronicles bronze Tylers that were sitting around in a box, and I was like, oh, I should probably move those.
Oh yeah,
that's great.
Totally. He's got some good a lot of people like collecting Tyler. Yeah, like I saw today, people talking about your 2012 Prism. Was it 2012? He was in that one, wasn't he? Or 13?
What?
Must have been 12.
What?
Jimmy, sorry.
I was going to say,
my mind's going elsewhere. I'm way too tired. Yeah. But yeah, they were talking about the Jimmy cards going up and stuff like that. Makes me think as well. I actually, the only redemption I've ever redeemed was from one of the better sets into 2012, and it was a Jimmy auto rookie and on acetate. Nice. And I redeemed it and then gave it to one of my best friends because he's a massive Bulls fan, and at the time was in the Jimmy Butler. So I'll just tell him that he doesn't keep up with the hobby or anything, but I'll let him know it's probably worth a pretty penny right now. So
it's probably a good idea. I'm just going to get out my magic scalpel.
Stab.
So I guess the first thing I should mention is there's been a little bit of a change with the channel, which you'll find in our mail day, because guff.com.au are now sponsoring the channel, so they're going to send us some product now and again. Mostly just...
I was going to say, I can't see the Guff Playmate under all the cool stuff, but it's a good thing. We've done mail days. We've done mail days inspired by the whiff of an oily rag and off nothing, no product to go off. But we've got enough this week, so let's need to say.
And plus, I'll talk about what's going to happen this week, because obviously we had a break on Friday night, and Mail Day is tied into that now, because I've got some stuff for the next break on Friday night. But the reason I have the trusty scalpel is because of this, and we will get to this after I go through some of this stuff to get it out of the way. But
just get through some fodder.
There's a very interesting story, let's say.
Are they named and shamed?
No, they're not named and shamed.
I know.
Well, technically not. The person.
Funny story.
The person that led to this would be a name and shame if I knew who it was, but they've deleted their eBay account. We'll get to that in a second.
Yes.
It's this whole thing.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Ooh, yeah.
So I guess
I'm intrigued now to as the whole saga about deleting eBay accounts.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess the first thing we should do is go through. So Guff sent us through some value packs. So they'll go into our break for Friday night. But also, Jim from Guff sent me some Carson, which is cool. It's a bronze threads Carson, so everyone knows how much I love my Carson. And a nice Panini Kawhi as well. So hashtag mail day already giving me some great reasons to be here today.
I should take a quick note to say that I had a bit of a mail day too, and I received a little package and it said from your best bud, the most electrifying man in history, blah 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 blah, love heart. And I was like, who could this be from? Kate's like, who's this? Who is this? Yeah, Moody Pods at Chesh. And yes, not only did I get my Sonics cards, got my Peyton, my Kemp big heart there, but I got a Carson Hoops signed by the man Al Chesh himself with a love heart on the back, which I get because he's got the love tattoo. Carson does.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Oh, it's a 1 of 1. It's done. It's the piece of my collection. That made me smile so much.
Actually, do you have chat open?
What's up? No, I probably should have. Whoops.
Yeah, I should probably as well. I totally forgot about it because I was
rearranging
the space.
Yeah, how much fun Friday night was, by the way. So, and thanks everyone for that because that was awesome.
It was a hell of a lot of fun.
I was happy to hear people had a good time.
Yeah.
So,
which is hence why we're doing it again because giving away Jordans and stuff is fun as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so second package. This was actually from Cherry, from a break. So,
cool.
Funnily enough, this is the reason why I got those 2 GX All-Star boxes.
I was like, what is this? That's not a basketball card.
Because I went in on a break on one of the Friday afternoon gaming hours, which starts at 4 p.m.
Oh, nice.
Over at Cherry Collectables. And
you guys haven't done Magic for a little bit. I've got to, but we've got to get the people to do it, I guess. But I want to prod you to do that because I'm kind of keen again. Thanks for after getting a free spot. That was very, very nice.
Says as he almost tips the camera again. The funny thing is that there's some stuff in here I don't remember.
Oh, cool.
So clearly I went in a Chronicles break and completely forgot about it. Which happens all the time.
That happens a lot.
Yeah. You're in just a fevered haze on a Friday night, and you're just like, woo!
I'm like, oh wow, some awesome cards just arrived. Did I hit these? It's like, yeah, dude.
It's the best. I like surprises.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So like everything is.
Who's that guy?
I don't know. It's Rock dude. I don't remember.
Ah, yeah.
It doesn't matter. He's not worth shit all. But that's just probably going to be the remnants of the booster pack. Yeah, it is. Jumpluff?
It's an oddish thing?
Jumpluff.
Jumpluff? Is he related to Oddish?
I mean, they're the same type of family.
I recognise that guy at the end, the turtle-looking dude.
The Shufflug, or whatever it's called.
Yeah! I always go for, as you know, you stand by the Pokemon that just look the coolest and you play them to the end of the game, i.e. Ludicolo. But Ludicolo is actually a beast anyway, so...
Ludicolo!
The best. I've got to find the chat link. I'm really unprepared, sorry. I thought you put it in the Discord. Hey?
Kevin Huerta?
Huerta?
Yep. It must have been like Chronicles through the years for the Court Kings. I don't remember. Probably why I don't remember is because it was just like I didn't get anything like super good. And it's just the one. Yep, and just a Trey Young. This was sent to me by Universal Collectables. I went in one of their breaks a long time ago. But they remembered that I'm a massive Carson Edwards fan. So just on a whim, they decided to like send this out to me.
That's cool.
And I was just like, that's nice. See, that's what this community needs is,
the 1%ers, exactly.
Yeah.
They don't have to do that, but they do.
Oh, okay. Let me just shuffle this around a bit because that can wait a second. That's from Megahawk in the Discord. Those were from Big Wade, and these are more Cherry ones. Yes. Okay. So we've got numbered base from one of the breaks that I did, which is pretty cool. This was actually, I remember thinking about this break and thinking like it was pretty good. Like the value was definitely there, and I really enjoyed it.
Yanni.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really nice Yanni too. I think it's really cool.
I like that set.
Before he goes to the Warriors, Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. And Robin's Yanni as well. So add those to my pile of random stuff sitting around.
Also, Chesh, what did you do tonight? Because the stream is excellent.
Nothing.
Yep, madness. It is madness. Do the same thing twice and expect a different outcome. Maybe it's daylight savings. Maybe that mixed it up, and and people aren't in peak hour of internet right now.
It could be. I just realised that
actually that's a really dumb reason, but then it's like actually makes more sense, and it's a non-zero amount of sense. So they may be outside and not watching Netflix just yet.
Are you watching chat though?
Yeah, but nothing's happening. Do I have the right one?
You could not got the right one then.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I found my old restream link, but it's
hey, Daryl.
Clearly an old one. So, maybe. Wait a second. Wait, I see something. Something popped up on Twitch. Maybe I need to get the YouTube one going.
I think so.
Does that do a pop-out chat like?
I don't know. I don't know.
Let's figure it out.
Yeah.
Right, leave it to me.
Kia ora yourself.
Really tempting connection now.
So. Everyone's chat. Hey, chat. Sorry. I should probably actually send a chat link.
Michaela said, and Sam, I guess. Yeah, thanks.
yeah, I guess so.
Oh, it does do pop-out chat. Hey, they learned from Twitch. Good. Exactly. Quality streamer, you are. Like,
whoop.
What happened then?
Don't know what you're talking about. I didn't click on the wrong thing.
Just hit the self-destruct button.
Yeah, pretty much. Look, everyone in chat can still see what's going on, so that's fine.
All right, there we go. Yeah, cool. Good.
Yeah, but now it's picking up on the wrong screen as well.
Yeah, it's got your I can see the back room of all the stuff going on.
That's what your mum said.
Oh, so this is what it looks like in the behind the controls.
Yeah, this is what it looks like. Wrong one. Let's try. See, the problem is that my right eye is my dominant eye, because of the blindness. There we go. So
hey, we're back.
I can't actually see the screen out of my left eye. I've just realised because I usually have the stream set up on the left, and I'm usually watching chat on the right. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to eventually move the screen and everything you can't see that's right here over to here, and then move this closer to that corner over there, and then I'll feel a bit better about this whole thing, and it won't look so tragic when I accidentally fuck up with my guests.
Baby steps.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Hello again. Welcome back, chat. Well, I mean, we're always there, but anyway.
I wasn't gone for them. I was only gone for you two.
Oh. Okay. So, thanks, Chesh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So Wade sent me a Kawhi Leonard Rookies and Stars.
Hey!
Prestige Kawhi, which is a pink.
Nice.
And some Carson Edwards. I'm pretty sure these are all from Wade.
What? I'm looking back at the comments now, and Wade said, "I one-touched my Chesh card." Was that when I was talking about when he signed one? Did Wade get a signed Carson too?
No, he got a signed from the Tar Heels box. Billy Otis.
Oh, you better not be talking about Ramesses, mate.
No, he got a creepy boy.
Oh, yeah, that you did actually follow through and change your profile pic as on Facebook. That was great. Yeah, that was terrifying. It was like Biff Tannen was having a go at me.
Exactly. Now, as I keep pimping the Cherry Discord, I'm gonna need to sneeze. This is terrible. Don't do it out. Just don't do it. Megahawk84 sold us some stuff that we used in the last break, which was awesome, but also included a little care package. So people might remember that there was a Converse Grandma at one point, which is Larry Johnson, and it is amazing. It is the coolest card.
Also, we forget about Front Row. That was classic. That we're they're not. Front Row were not the any of the main card brands or anything.
I've got that set. I've got that.
Yeah, I had a whole bunch of them. I remember finding one of the milk bars near my place or something had a whole bunch of them for some reason. So
yeah, I remember the mistake of buying a box at one point.
Yeah,
many years ago.
They have a teal kind of border or something. I'll have a look anyway. But yeah, Grandmama. That was a great ad.
Grandmama.
Also, the grand days of basketball advertising.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Karl Malone. Good old
nice.
USA card.
Mosaic.
A nice purple
nice.
Karl Malone from Hoops.
I think that gradient's a bit whack, but I think that's the whole set anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird one. Like a straight purple to white is like a little inelegant, but that's just my critique. Oh, I missed that Skybox badge. That was good. Ooh.
Just very cool.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that is hot.
Larry Johnson Prison.
That's
very
a great
cool.
card.
Very cool.
That was also my first ever... make me cry, man. That was my first ever jersey. My nana got me a Larry Johnson Charlotte Hornets jersey, which was pretty much the jersey of the 90s, apart from Jordan.
My first jersey and only jersey was ever that Dennis Rodman black.
Oh, that's cool. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, the Bulls one, yeah. I was going to say, even more hipster choice, get a Dennis Rodman number 10 Spurs.
Wow. As I said, I threw my Dennis Rodman jersey out at the start of this year before the pandemic was in full effect, and then got back into basketball cards, and I was like, I
could have hung this behind the exactly on the wall.
So Mega Hawk also sent you some Kemps, but if you don't have if you don't have them, I will send them out. But if you do have them, I'll keep them for my own Sonics Kemp collection.
Much love. Oh yeah, I'll let you know. Like I said, my whole Kemp and Sonics PC is all at my dad's place, and I haven't been there for months now because they are in lockdown and we are not. So yeah, I had this one and I love this one. I love this one.
So cool.
That's a pretty card.
The Jordan is amazing too. There's a Jordan Rain Man from memory. It's
By the way, a lot of my Kemp collection is there's a whole bunch I bought off a few people, including they were duplicates from someone else's PC for the bulk of it, including a lot of the Cavs and Magic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to see really big Sean Kemp, that's not everyone's they want to remember the good times, I guess, but I have a bunch of that. He got chunky.
Yeah.
He really did.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Like an era, like the Fat Elvis era.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my current era.
That's great. It's like we're talking about Big Smooth Sam Perkins. He has a good one too. There's a few NBA players with a good year photo. You're like, ooh. That happened. Like remember Boris Diaw? He got like 300 pounds. And then the Spurs were like, he's still a basketball player. And everyone's like, no, he's not. And we're like, well, I'll show you.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that one. Before we get into that, I'm just going to say, so Wednesday night at 6:30, we have Wrestling with Blakey from Cherry. Nice. So know your role, shut your mouth. We're going to be cracking this 2019 WrestleMania, Road to WrestleMania box.
And you had to explain what that meant, that whole know your role, shut your mouth. I was like, are you just telling Blakey off each time?
I was like, well, yes, but no. So I had to explain to you about WWE.
That's wrestling lingo.
It's wrestling lingo from The Rock.
That's cool.
Obviously, we were talking about Friday that we're going to be doing that break. So we're doing a Mega Box, Chronicles Blaster, and 2 Chronicles Value Packs. So definitely join our Facebook group for more information on that.
That's some magic.
Oof, it is. I'm getting there in a sec. Oh, let me just... Because something just popped up, and I should probably read it before I talk about it, so that Wizards doesn't kill me. 1 second. Yeah, it's a bit like that. Andy,
okay, they're like, don't say anything.
Well,
yeah. See, this is the cross promotion we talk about. So, Daryl Adams in chat said MTG. So we say this in our podcast, our Magic podcast. Like, we just float hints of basketball just to put the lure out to try and fish in any basketball fans in our Magic audience. But we'll do it the other way around.
Yeah. So UK 9 a.m, Australia 7 p.m, and New Zealand 9 p.m. on Saturday the 17th of October.
Yeah.
Let me just make sure that is the 17th. Because it's a big...
I was going to say those times again, because I can figure it out. I've got very good at switching time zones, because I've been playing a lot of Magic with people in the States.
So, United Kingdom, 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Australia, 7 p.m.
Oh, well, there you go.
AEST, and 9 p.m. New Zealand time. Myself, Riley Knight, Orkhead Jordan, and the Wandering Bard are all going to get together, and Wizards, #sponsored, have sent us some pre-constructed commander decks. These ones are from Zendikar Rising. So I believe that I'm going to be playing the Dimir deck, which is this one here, and Riley Knight's going to be playing this one here, which is the Landfall deck. We'll just chuck that over there, because that doesn't matter. So we're going to be doing a big stream, and I believe that Riley Knight is hosting it. So if you don't know who Riley Knight is in the Magic universe, he works with Channel Fireball. He's a Pro Tour announcer. He's kind of a big deal, and he is from here in Australia, and Elgat resides here. He resides in the UK. But that's a big deal, and that's going to be broadcast on Riley Knight's channel, I believe, over on his Twitch. But it'll also be restreamed via, or hosted via, the Magic the Gathering Twitch account as well. So that is kind of a big deal. It's going to get a lot of eyeballs, so #crossover, yeah.
Yeah, nice. We just lost Charlie. Where'd he go?
I don't know where he went.
There he is.
He's back?
He's back, yeah. Hit the eject seat.
He probably went to the chocolate factory for a second.
Yeah, exactly.
He's probably heard that 1,000 times, and I'm just being an asshole.
Daryl Adams says this is the way.
This is the way.
Right. I usually follow that up with a 3-fingered kind of little gesture of little baby Yoda. And yeah.
So guff.com.au. I know that Cherry have sold out of Champions Path boxes, but Guff definitely still have some available. I think at like $200 a pop. So if you want a Champions Path box, I'm speaking directly to you. You know who you are in chat. You can pick one up for $200 over at guff.com.au. They'll be available from Werribee. So I'm pretty sure that they're willing to post those out as well, Jamie. So get on it now before they run out. So this is going to be
I'm
open...
assuming they do, and they this is the type of thing you don't see again, I guess.
Yeah, well, I actually specifically made sure with Jim before we went live that he still had copies of Champions Path, because I know these are hot, and we got this one, obviously via our sponsor, which is amazing, and I wanted to make sure that these were available for other people just in case, because I'd hate to try and flout a product as like, look what we got from our sponsor, and nobody can get it. Like that
exactly.
That feels shit. We'd absolutely still do it, but yeah. Anyway, so Elbow Off the Top is going to be opening this with me at some point over probably the next week or so. I'm still trying to figure out dates.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what we like to do.
I subscribe to him as well on YouTube.
Oh,
yeah,
he's so good, man. He is so good.
I watch what he does.
I seriously, I actually kind of think he's more enjoyable than I am. And I've got a pretty big ego, so
we're gonna float everyone, and I'm glad it's all also. I think we've set the precedent now. It's like I don't need to be involved for Pokemon and wrestling stuff because you can get some better voices on those matters. But it means I can cook those nights and have my phone on and just watch the chat and listen to you guys while I'm actually having my normal night. So yeah.
But it's that whole thing of community, like. We're not here to be better than each other. We're here to be as good as each other and share that love around. So,
yeah.
That's why we had Shane from Talking Cardboard podcast on. That's why we've had Elbow from the top, on before as well. We've had, Blake from Cherry on. We're having Charlie from Cherry on now, which we'll do a little bit of a chat about social media in a second as well. Oh, I can't even speak today. Or water.
Nice.
But yeah, the community should always be about the community and not about I want to be the very best, better than everyone else. And it's like, well, I mean, you do, but at the same time, there's
like a
no
lot of
reason...
things. That's a monologue, not a dialogue, and it's
exactly.
Yeah, it's got to be reciprocal.
You're better off working with other people to achieve your goals rather than stepping on the backs of other people to try and get where you go. Because I work in corporate, and that shit doesn't work.
Because you'll be having to look over your back the whole time, and you're like, "Oh crap, who's going to actually give me a bad name?"
Exactly.
I I can't speak to that matter because I just don't think it's productive to be that way. You know, it's just your friends will surprise you. I think that's the thing, and it's like if you do it because you enjoy it and get positivity out of it, it'll happen. So,
So this is hilarious. First off, let's pimp this Instagram. Okay, so at l.a.collectables on Instagram. Go and follow Liam because it's really cool. Jeez. So Liam came to me and was like, hey man, I really want to go in on your break that you've been sharing around, but I've got a problem where I'm still waiting for somebody to pay me for some eBay stuff. They're not responding. I'll get back to you as soon as it happens. On the Friday, I was like, this is your last chance. We're about to like do razzes and stuff. Yeah, cool. The guy has not paid, has seemingly blocked me or completely removed his account. Is there another way I can pay you? Is this cool? Now, I don't know what's in here, so... Oh, well, that's pretty cool.
What the?
So...
What the?
This is going to be a mini mail time where you're going to get...
Isn't the cardboard... It's in the blue tape too, first of all.
So, going on theme with the blue tape and the no top loaders, and literally paying for a break in physical cash dollar bills.
Hugged by Willie Cauley Stein and Mike Scott face. Yeah, that's excellent.
So, hence why I made sure it was okay with him to talk about this before everything went down.
Oh, totally. And like, also, where's the blue tape come from? Is this a common thing? I thought this is a trademark of that person.
I thought it was too. And I was like,
he's the one all along.
No, he's not.
He's been the blue tape bandit all along.
He's not, luckily. But that's why I thought everyone would get a kick out of this, and especially Charlie, because I think Charlie's about my age anyway, so I think he would like the kids. This is what we used to use when we bought goods and services.
Oh my god! And that's the thing. Do you know, like this year especially, like cash is a weird, rare commodity. I haven't seen cash in a long time because you just usually can't use it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
wow. It's like like you have this instinct. Like, I don't want to touch that. Could have COVID on it, I guess. Like, you know, it's just like, jeez. Oh wow. That's the thing. It's like, wow, the gesture is more than anything, man. It's like, oh, I've got a creative way to send him 25. That's great.
And it's just funny because he was like, I know this is going to sound weird, and then I was like, I mean, can I use this during mail time? And he was like, well, yeah. And I was like, all right, deal. Like,
the best purpose for it.
I'll do that. Absolutely. That's going to make for a great story. Speaking of stories, though, Charlie, how did you get into doing social media for Cherry?
Well, the main reason would be Grayson asked me. That would be the.
I mean,
get all the grams and the twits and the things.
Yeah, that would be the main reason. I just enjoyed. I enjoyed doing it recreationally. I've built a couple of a large-ish following on a page which I don't have anymore on Facebook, but that was sort of the first sort of success that I'd had, and I've always had something about being able to capture someone's attention very quickly. I've got a good sort of filter, I think. It might be just a talent that I've had of what is the best image to use out of these 10 images that's going to make people stop scrolling. So that's maybe something that Grayson saw that I had and said, this was back in 2015. It would have been when he was first opening his first shop. He said, "You're only part-time at the moment." I was doing teaching at that time, part-time, and some consulting, and he said, "Do you want to come and do part-time social for Cherry because social is blowing up?" Yeah.
The card experience says, sounds pretty vague, Charlie. Was it an OnlyFans?
I've got some content to promote. And,
Just to run it back on the ongoing Cherry theme, where people are asking Blake if he has an OnlyFans in the comments.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure. 2015 would have been pretty early for OnlyFans, I would have thought. No, it wasn't an OnlyFans. It was something which covered the US election pretty closely, shall we say, and it got an extremely large following, but it's not running anymore, I don't think. But that was a lot of fun, and that was the big success that I had there, and Grayson thought, imagine if we could turn that into cards, which is sort of what I'm trying to do now with Alex Caruso memes.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, the live, laugh, love one. I have not laughed out loud at something as hard as that for a long time.
That was fantastic.
That was top shelf memery. It was unreal. Did you say that one, Chesh?
I love to hear that.
I did.
Yeah. Oh, that was beautiful. It's like fresh out of the little homewares store. Get your frame, and it's perfect.
So, what does a day in the life of Charlie look like?
Oh man, okay. Well, it starts early because I have children, and they're not old. They're not teenagers yet. I hear that they sleep in when they become teenagers, but as yet, our little guy is 5, so he will get up basically at the crack of dawn.
Yeah.
And come and wake me and my wife up. So I'm like, all right, well, we might as well start the day.
Like it's Christmas Day. It's I remember at that age I was waking up to watch Thunderbirds because that was on at some ungodly hour for some reason. I was like, ready to get up and tape it. And it's like, all right.
Really? Thunderbirds?
Yeah, it's still dark as well. I was just a massive Thunderbirds nerd at that age. I was just loved it.
For me, it was Thundercats, I think. He-Man and Thundercats.
Yeah, but they were only on Saturday, though.
Yeah, that's true. And then when I got older, we had Dragon Ball Z when I was in my 20s, and I'd watch it before I went to work. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess an early start, and I just start scrolling Insta. I check the basketball card, the sports card Reddits. Sometimes I check SP on 4chan as well to see if there's any spicy memes I can co-opt in there. And then download the streams from the day before to see if any big cards came out. Are there any sick clips that I need to get of Blake or Grayson freaking out over a huge card? Can I turn that into a video or two? And usually get a video or two out by lunchtime. And then in the afternoon, I have usually run out of being creative, and so I just answer emails and Instagram DMs and gorgeous tickets, and that's about it. Maybe try and get one more post out before 5, and then it's sort of start getting ready for kids and dinner and all of that.
Mm-hmm. I think the interesting part there is that I know there's a lot of people that go to uni and stuff for. Yeah, I work with a whole PR department, that kind of thing, and how interesting it is. And it's at the bottom, like you could say a lot of it's common sense, but it's not even that. That it's like I even put it down to like if I had to explain what a meme was to like my nana, and I think we did actually. Well, I think we're getting into, she knows how to use Facebook and stuff. But it's like what these kind of absolutely complex like social patterns we can understand but can't really even articulate, and it's like this weird zeitgeist thing, and it's and I think that is, like you say, down to creativity at the end of the day, that it's like you have a you can absorb that and turn it into something and be able to absorb, like, see what's going on and view it and go, oh, this is how we do it without. That's the thing. A lot of people think it is more straightforward than that. Like, that there's just a formula to it. But I think there's a lot of like in between organic stuff that it's like taste. I think that's it. It's about timing. It's about being a bit like witty about it as well. So there's like comedy, there's creativity, there's art in it in a weird way. So I think it's like I would find immense pressure in doing it, but the thing is, you work for a place that you believe in what they're doing, and that's where it comes down to. I think that's the part where that you can simplify it that way, where it's just like you believe in doing it for that, and that answers a lot of the questions, kind of thing.
Yeah, you said an interesting word there, which was simplify, and that's the main thing that I took over from teaching English as a second language to this work, is that when you are teaching recently arrived migrants English, who may have or most have never been to school in their home country, probably can't read and write in their first language, and you're trying to teach them English, in a classroom. And the main thing is you can use flowery, English language teaching that you'd use at university, or you can use English that will be understood, and it's one or the other. So the simplification of the language and of the concept is number one for whenever you're trying to make a meme. And you can see other people attempt it poorly by trying to put too much information across, or too much text or something like that, and it's like, dude, nobody
just overbaked it. Like, exactly.
Yeah, nobody is going to look at that meme. Nobody is going to share it. Nobody's going to tag their friend in it, because you're losing them.
See, this is why, Charlie, sometimes I will edit a meme that you send out and send it to you directly, because I know no one else is going to like it, but I know you're going to love it. Yeah. I love getting them, and I love that's the filter that I use usually, is scrolling through, and if I chuckle at something, then I know, okay, that was a pretty good one. Now,
it's a tasteful meme.
Yeah, no, that's a little nugget there. How can I? Because usually they're not about cards. Sometimes they are about cards, but it's often it might be a new template or a new format that is completely unrelated, and I'll start thinking, how can I? Number one option is, how can I turn it into Alex Caruso to combine memes? No, I don't want to. I'm actually a bit nervous about overusing that meme, and it'll be done too early. So I'm going to maybe take my foot off the gas there. But if I can turn it into a general card thing or a hobby thing, like old collectors versus new collectors, or
I did see that one today. That was very good, actually.
Yeah, sending cards.
It reminded me of Chesh, actually.
Yeah, that was a little fun one. And any of those that I can turn into card culture, and it doesn't have to be sports cards either. It can just generally apply to trading cards. So I can capture Pokemon people, Yu-Gi-Oh people. It all applies.
Well, that's it. Be vague enough, but targeted enough at the same time. It's a weird balance. And again, that's all those really interesting little nuances that go into it. But yeah, for sure. I remember seeing like the whole like the Reddit community of like the meme economy, and I was like, this is where my mind just goes, wow. Like, and you read up on like know your meme when you're like, oh, why did that become a thing? And a lot of them these days, you don't even know why. Like it's that I think that's the fascinating part, that in another life maybe I'd or maybe my kid gets to do that one day, gets to study meme culture in uni or something, and like how weirdly organic humans are, in vast numbers, and what they create, like unbeknownst to them in a way as a singular person. It's like it's all that how things just evolve between people, and that's memes are weird, like super whack. It's so weird, and it's so amazing though. But
oh, they are, and all of those. I use all of those little petri dishes of 4chan and Reddit and Insta to let the new ones and the popular ones sort of rise to the top, and the crap ones get weeded out. It's like they're like little ecosystems.
Yeah, exactly.
So now all I can think is that we need a cream rises to the top Macho Man meme. Like really badly about the meme rising to the top.
Oh, look, if I could, I mean, 80s WWF related stuff for me, it's just
gold.
It's just magic for me. If I see some old promo graphics for a WrestleMania, or the Macho Man doing a promo, I just love all those old 80s 90s graphics that they used. Especially WWF was just, some of them they're still iconic.
Yeah, I mean, you posted one the other day, and I was commenting on it. And that was the I think it was an Undertaker one, and I was just like,
Undertaker.
No one
background with.
Yeah, like no one does amazing like posters like that anymore. Like it had that like weird 80s metal feel to it, but it was clearly wrestling. Like signified clearly that it was a wrestling, poster, and it was just, you look at it and you just go like, actually, I want that on a fucking basketball card. Like, I look at basketball cards now and I see like Downtown, and I'm like, Downtown looks really cool, but it's an expensive product and it's a case hit, so like very, very hard to get a hold of at a good price. But then I look at like old school basketball and the way that like the 80s were, and then you look at 80s inserts versus like WWF at the time, and then you look at the graphic design and you're like, the 80s might have actually been the best era of graphic design that humans have ever had. Like when it comes to like that really cool aesthetic. And I don't think it's just because I'm an old man, although it probably is, but I wish that
it might contribute.
Yeah, and I kind of wish that we could see some cool inserts like that.
I was going to say rose tinted glasses, or zigzag tinted glasses.
Or like Bret Hitman Hart wraparound glasses.
Yeah, that's the kind of vision you're looking at it under.
Macho Man almost slotted glasses.
Yeah, you don't need to convince me about the awesomeness of 80s designs, and it's probably because I'm from almost exactly the same era as Chesh. I'm only a couple of years younger, so that's basically all that I buy of cards, really, off eBay. If I'm buying cards, it's old Topps 80s movie and TV sets, just because they're so much fun. Rambo sets and Incredible Hulk TV show sets. That's what I'm into.
Isn't it great that they're in the stark comparison? I was saying this about all my Sonics cards, all the legends that no one wants to collect. It's just like, this is great. They're thrifty as well. You're just like, it doesn't take money. You can buy them for like $10 sometimes. It's so good. Like I got one of 10 like Sam Perkins auto, and it was like, that was $5. It's like, sweet.
Awesome. Yeah. Are you getting like sticker sets of Lou Ferrigno Hulk TV show? For $19, for 15 near mint stickers with fantastic designs on them. It's just great fun, and you're getting them for $19.
Yeah, that's it. And they're just like a little just kind of history lesson and memory lane thing or whatever. But Chesh, I've got like I say, with my Sonics cards and the rest of my set at Dad's, I've got there's the bit of like the shoeboxes dedicated to just all the weird cards and like the ones you just acquire over the years. And so there's some absolute gems going on in there. There's, as I said the other day, there's like some Baywatch and like all kinds of things.
Nice.
Who even knows? So I'm hoping there's even some magic in there, and then I could be sitting on a Guy's Cradle or something. Who knows? But
I mean, there could be.
Before I knew what that was.
Yeah, I mean, as I used to, I've said it a couple of times. Like back in the day with Magic the Gathering, we used to open up packs of alliances for $2.50 each, and Force of Wills were so easy to get.
They're an uncommon.
They were on the uncommon 2 sheet, which means they're slightly rarer than an uncommon, really. But we had so many of them that we just like it was actually it was before memes existed. It was basically a meme. You'd crack one out of the booster pack and be like, "Force of what?" and you'd rip it up.
Yeah. And also, that's the way that the game's changed as the priorities too. Now it's an absurdly powerful card because that's a free counter spell, essentially.
So
and like
expensive.
at the time, you just have to lose a life point. They're like, "Oh, why do you want to lose life? That's not the way you want to play the game."
Yeah,
That's great. So you just want to play the big, thick 4/4 or whatever that's actually a creature, and it's like, yeah, the thing that's worth 20 cents now.
Exactly. So, Charlie, I have to ask. And don't kill me over this one, but I'm going to make you choose. And I'm pretty sure I know where you're going to lean here. Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Look, it's a tough one. It's the age-old 80s question. For me, it's just Arnold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that too.
I think I'm going to agree with that. I'm not the massive... I've never been the massive fan of Sylvester, to be honest. Which is funny because let's be honest, like Arnold's no better with the talking. He is these days, I guess, but like, you know, like back when he was the handsome stranger, for example, which people in chat are gonna have no idea what I'm talking about, and I'm absolutely sure Charlie's gonna know. Back when he was the handsome stranger, which nobody's probably ever seen except for me and Charlie. When he could not speak at all.
Yeah. Well, they even dubbed his voice in his first movie. I mean, it was. I think probably. Yeah, I think out of those guys, for me, just for like box office-ness, it's Arnold, and just Terminator 2 was such a huge movie.
It was so good.
But I think probably Sly is probably the more talented. He's written movies. He's wrote all those Rocky movies. He's directed. But Arnold just seems cooler to me.
Arnold has more presence. That's pretty much what it comes down to.
The facade. That's often how it goes anyway. It's just like, well, not necessarily the most talented or whatever.
I always say, like,
both very talented.
You could potentially have, like, the best content in the world, but if you can't deliver that content, like, the person who's just shitter than you and does the one thing is going to nail it every time over you.
It's all presentation. It's all presentation. It's like the greatest example of that, and I love this one as a graphic designer, but the kind of one of the most important scientific discoveries ever, the Higgs boson, was delivered in Comic Sans. Like, it was just, that's a meme. Like, it's great. It's like, that's the thing. And I've got a friend who's in science communication, and like we always point back to that. It's like, that's why you need to. There's finding the thing, and then there's explaining the thing, and it's like, how do you tell the people? And I mean, credit to them. Going Comic Sans is the way to relate to the people, I guess. But so is your school newsletter, and that's what that font is used in. So I just saw the comment. Last Action Hero just wins it for me. Yeah, that's a killer. And Running Man's one of my favorites.
I actually watched Last Action Hero 2 nights ago.
Oh, cool!
And it stands up because of what it is. Because
yes.
Like, if it was any hint of the cartoony but serious movie that you feel like it was going to originally be, it'd be trash. But the fact that they took it up a notch and just went, you know what? Nothing matters. Let's just make everything fun. And it's just like, this sells it for me.
It's a kick-ass movie.
Yeah, actually,
it's great, and it was such a like a at the box office at the time.
It really
because
was.
It was coming right after Terminator 2, and T2 was, that was the biggest movie in the world at the time, and Arnold was, was action 100%. But that movie comes out and everyone's like hyped for it. Oh, it's going to be good. Last Action Hero. Wow, doesn't it look good? And it's like, wait, what is this? This is a piss take of action movies? Oh, it was too early, I think, for it. But now people are like, oh, I see what it was. It was Arnold and think it's directed by one of the big action directors, maybe Joel Silver. It was written by Shane Black, who wrote all those, Lethal Weapon, Predator. He's just pulling the piss out of everything that he almost built. It's great fun.
Before we wrap up, I'll turn it over to Chat. Chat, do you have any questions for Charlie before we let him go?
Throw him in there.
Looking at you, card experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Daryl says Shivan Dragon. Yeah, actually, funnily enough, Shivan Dragon during Alpha Beta Revised was actually a massive card.
Oh yeah, and it's still like a massive nostalgia hit for people, and therefore you run it in a commander deck or something.
Exactly.
Cool.
So the card experience asks, Pokemon coming back in stock ? I assume that he means the Elite Trainer boxes.
Which is I'm not sure. They are going to struggle. I think they are. They're extremely hot property. I would imagine if they're going to be buying them from anywhere, they're probably going to be trying to buy them from the States, because I imagine Banter are probably tapped out. So I do not know. I imagine they're probably gone.
Yeah, from what I know, there is a second printing that's happening in mid to late January.
Right.
But
yep.
In saying that, considering how fast this allocation sold out, and nobody being told there was a reprint coming, just no one mentioned it, just saying Pokemon Company. Maybe you should have mentioned that to people. But
the follow-up question's good.
I'm going to assume that
we won't bother.
Why would we do that?
Just wait until it catches fire and then go, we could probably make a bit more money. Let's do another print run.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it was, because they touted this as super limited. And then they came out and went, oh yeah, it is super limited. We're going to print a little bit more for you. So
it's still limited.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, if you are paying over $250 for an Elite Trainer box, please don't. You're really wasting your money. There are some really hard to hit Charizards in there, but you are going to get a promo. So the promo is not going to get you your money back, but on its own in the long run. But if you can get one that's good and it grades well, then hang on to that shit and do not let it go. Because the history of limited edition stuff, the history especially of limited edition Charizard, which, any true Pokemon collector will tell you, is even I don't like Charizard. I am not a fan of Charizard, but I can tell you I've been there from the start, and I know how nutso people get around Charizard. So if you can find a good solid copy of the promo that's undamaged, that's good centering, and it gets a 9 or a 10, you probably want to hang on to it.
Yeah.
I'll
go for it.
I can back that up with what Chesh just said there, with how difficult the big cards are to pull from them. I had to edit out lots of swearing and abuse of Blake from today's clip of the Charizards, because Grayson was basically abusing Blake in the background because he pulled two big ones in last Friday's stream, and I think the abuse was coming from Grayson not having pulled any for singles on the website. He probably broke down a few cases worth and got none, and then Blake went and pulled out two massive ones live, so he was not pleased.
That's how it goes. I was going to say, there's an interesting issue of the job too. How do you successfully audit someone like G doing things like that, like I do with our podcast? And if Chesh is swearing like a sailor, you've got to means more work for you to cut out that content.
That's why I fucking leave all mine in.
That sort of stuff. If I can get a laugh out of it and it's easily explained, then I'll usually leave it in. But it was just swearing going on in the background. Blake was just laughing his ass off under his breath, behind his mask. He thought it was so funny that he just pulled this massive card, and he knew G was going to be so angry with him for having pulled it.
I was going to say, Car Experience also said any apprenticeships going for the socials. That's great. He had a serious question. There's a couple there. Chesh, do you want to tackle the? I was going to say the Daryl Adams was saying as a collectible supplier, thoughts on what WotC are doing the currently with their product. I'm going to say we've probably got a long form answer to that question from our point of view on the podcast on Commander Crunch.
Yeah, definitely.
Very briefly, I don't think we're like stoked with it, but for probably the different reasons other people are. I never want to see the basically, if anyone uninitiated, Wizards of the Coast have picked up the IP of The Walking Dead to make cards in Magic the Gathering, and a lot of people are like, that's breaking the immersion wall. They've done things like that with like Transformers, other properties before, but it's like...
Yeah, didn't they put Godzilla in it as well?
Yeah, and that one's not too bad because they reskin previous cards, so there's no issues with like...
They included in a main
getting
set,
the supply and making exclusives, and now they've kind of gone against a model of releasing cards through Hasbro, where you buy them online, and they don't support local game stores, which we know are the heart of what the game's about, and they kind of go directly there, and they kind of break a few promises and rules they went before. But not only that, I'm not a Walking Dead fan, but that's fine. I don't not really fussed about that. But a big issue, Chesh and I discussed, it was Negan, the character is kind of really, really highlighted there as like one of these things, and it's like in this Magic the property, and it's like there's some really, I mean, you look into the fiction and yes, fictional characters, but this particular one, it's like, is this really one you want to make a permanent kind of character in this game now? And it's like there's some really shady stuff that you're just like, it's not the greatest, but anyway, that's a whole nother thing, and we won't go too far there, but we're not like stoked about it. I don't think it's the end of the game or anything. There was the sky is falling chat the last few days for the Commander community, but I think it'll be fine. One of our guests basically like alluded, like we kind of had a good discussion. We'll be playing Commander when the game doesn't exist, if that ever happens. We'll figure it out. Like we'll still play the game.
Commander will still happen without the game existing, and that's the thing. Like at the end of the day, like Commander is the hot product, you know, when it comes to formats, and it's not going anywhere. Like even if they scrubbed Standard tomorrow, like Commander is still going to exist.
Yeah, again, like we said before, they're ecosystems, and like the way the internet works and communities work, it's like they would continue and self-form in a way, like they would self-solve and find some kind of credible backing in a way, like or like someone to look forward to or something, and it would be fine. Like I don't know, and that's for that reason. I think then Wizards would kind of just regroup or whatever. Anyway, that's all hypothesis. But Daryl, don't be sorry. That's fine. We could go on for hours about this. And
so many hours. We already have.
Point you to the podcast. There was Card Experience had another one. No, do you want to read that one off?
Last one. Yep. So Card Experience has one last question, which is a serious question. Charlie, have you started planning a promo for the Logan Paul Pokemon box opening that's coming up?
Oh no, I saw this.
Will be huge on the socials, and I think that's you could actually get a meme out of that, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
Is he? I've seen that he's buying stuff up, but is he doing a break or something, or he's doing a?
As far as I'm aware, he's just breaking it for himself. It's just going to be opening.
He's probably going to have a bath
channel.
in him or something, you know. Like...
Oh, okay, all right. I'll probably jump in and have a look at it, and there'll no doubt there'll be. I mean, the man is a human meme. So
yeah, I was going to say he directs all that attention to himself, and it's like it's almost like
that's why he does it
from it. Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get a little we'll get a couple of cheeky little memes out of Logan for us, because that'll be pretty memeable, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah. Whatever happened with Nate Robinson having a bit of a fight with him?
I'm not sure. He said a few.
Just fell apart, didn't it? It's like it's all hype for weeks and weeks, and then nothing happens. It's weird.
So he's actually doing a live group break and selling packs. Is that what I'm seeing? Card Experience?
What's that? Hold on.
Just checking.
9 for live group break and selling packs. He's saying.
Well, that's going to be interesting.
Not as rich as he used to be, I think, because he needs to sell off individual packs and keep only buying one pack.
Well,
it's also because once you get to that, I imagine, lifestyle, and there's a whole thing with basketball salaries too. Like, once you start spending that kind of money, there's no going back from that.
Latrell Sprewell?
Or the heartbreaking one the other day, Delonte West got picked up by Mark Cuban at like a petrol station, and it's like he's got a whole story where you just like far out. But that ESPN 30 for 30 broke is kind of where you start to get an understanding for how this stuff works, and it's like, wow, once you start earning that kind of money, there's no going back. And then when you stop, far out.
Oh yeah. There's some clips of Shaq talking about how quickly he spent money when he got his first sneaker deal. I think he was like, I think he's talking about like a $10 million deal. So it was like 91, which was, that's big money.
That's absurd. Yeah.
And I think there's a clip of him explaining how he spent it basically in a week. It was gone. Like he thought he was set for life. He went and bought he went and bought a Ferrari, and then he got home and his dad said, "Oh, like, where's mine?" And so they went back and got another one.
Sorry.
Yeah. bought a house, and he bought his mum a house, and then he went to buy something later in the week, and it was like declined, and he was like, what? It was like, no, dude, you spent it all.
And that's it, because you're in fantasy numbers at that stage, and it does make sense. You're just like, well, you've never seen this kind of money before, and it all just has zero meaning anymore. And it's like, well, whatever. My favorite one of those is Deshaun Stevenson had his ATM in his kitchen.
Wow.
I hope he still does have that. That was one of the great pieces of like basketball news years ago. So good on you, Deshaun. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, I think that pretty much
answers everything.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. So Charlie, do you have anything to plug? Obviously, other than cherrycollectables.com.au.
No, not really. Just follow us on all of our channels. We're on Insta, we're on Twitter. I'm trying to grow Twitter. We're on YouTube. We're on TikTok. We're everywhere that you want to be. Hopefully, getting in front of your eyeballs with little spicy memes.
Yeah, the OnlyFans as well. Get on there.
And
get on there.
Also, I do recommend that you join the Cherry Crew on Facebook.
Oh my god, yeah,
that's my favorite hangout.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, that is true. Yes, we're having good fun in there. I noticed I wondered if I'd done something wrong. I'm in all these groups just to see what other people do. I never post anything. I just lurk.
Same, exactly.
Yeah, just lurk and see if I can copy anything that I think is good. A lot of the groups that I'm in, it's only the place that owns it that is allowed to post, which I think is weird. Like, there's a couple I'm in that I'm like, why did you start? This is just like a copy of your Facebook page. It's
just like a bulletin board, and it's like like we said before, it's a monologue, which is very old school marketing, and it's not a dialogue.
Super boring.
Yeah, there's a heap of places
the whole post.
Get no feedback, and you think you're doing well.
The whole thing of those groups really is like they're basically a modern version of a thread, of a forum, Like
yes, exactly.
It's all they are. It's just Facebook saying we're going to kill forums because, we want to, and we want to put everybody on our platform and not have them go to forums anymore.
It makes sense.
So I don't know why people do that. I thought, have I done something wrong? Should I turn off all our posts? And then I'm like, but that's like the point of the group.
Exactly. And the way I see it anyway is like traditionally a company would go, fill out this survey to tell us what you think. And then they'd think, and often if you're doing it, you got to, first of all, incentivize them to do so. Therefore, their answer may be skewed anyway. But the whole point of seeing how you're going is like, the modern way to do it. And again, I go back to like this fact that everything's organic and it's like a lot, a lot more granular and hard to like kind of tangibly like quantify or whatever. You get a gist for it based on like the tone, and that's kind of it. You look between the lines and you feel it, and that's what a place like that is about. And it's still baffling. Like, I know people are trying to figure out social media and from a business perspective, but yeah, it's pretty old school. It's like, no, we're worried about what people are going to post or say or whatever, so only we will. And it's like, well, there's no real reason to be there, is there? Like, exactly.
Oh yeah, look, yeah, that's funny. That sort of. If somebody posts something which I don't like, or is like blatantly, hey, come and join my 6th break or something like that, then I'm just going to take it down, and I'm not going to be upset about that. It's just going to be gone, and people will see that. Okay, you don't do that in this group. That's all that'll happen.
Exactly.
That's why I will absolutely never post anything about one of our breaks in your group, regardless. Plus, it also feels disrespectful as well, because it's like, you're in somebody else's fucking group, like, especially if they're like a store. So like, you're obviously like, I'm not going to go into the Cherry group and go, hey, you want to buy my boxes? Like, that's incredibly disrespectful, and it's just fucking common sense.
It's insensitive.
That's true. That the stuff that I do like is people saying, "Hey, I'm over here on YouTube, or I'm on Twitter, or I'm on Instagram doing my card posts." That's the sort of stuff I love to see, because if we can give people a place where they get a few extra followers, or a few more people find them because of that group, I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I think we've gained like maybe about 15 or 20 subs here on YouTube, just from being in that group and posting in that group.
Made some good friends,
made some really good friends like Wade and stuff.
Oh, that's great.
And that goes through the Discord as well, the Cherry Discord, So I'll try and put links to that kind of stuff below in the VOD for this on the YouTubes. But like I've had nothing but 99% like good times with people in those groups, and that 1% I couldn't tell you off the back of my hand, because I can't remember, because it's just like everyone's super respectful, and the people that aren't get weeded out real quick. Which is nice.
Well, that's it. And that was a point I was going to make, that a well kind of organically grown, I put everything in a bloody a kind of analog with sourdough and fermentation, as I've learned this year, but it is like things are self-correcting if you you're making this organic little culture, and it's like you'll build up its defenses naturally if you like allow it to, and it's a good place to be.
Correct.
And you soon you find that people actually defend it, not in a malicious way, but it's like if something's out of place, it's like, whoa, like it'll self-correct in a great way. So whereas and I think that's the modern way of looking at a lot of things, and kind of a lot of things are looked at by businesses, whatever, as like the old school traditional way. Everything's black and white, like cause and effect, straightforward. It's like, no, there's so much in between the lines, and and that's a trust thing. That's what I mean. It's like, it's not about intervening everything, because that's not practical, and you shouldn't have to. It's about the teaching a man to fish type thing, I guess.
Yep.
Getting a bit philosophical, I guess, but good thoughts actually. It's for sure.
Good note to end there, really. So for us, for Sam, where can we find you?
I'm at Past the Jam Sam on the Twitters and the Instagrams, and as it came up a couple of times tonight, we also do, Chesh and I do a little podcast for Magic the Gathering called Commander Crunch, and you can find that on wherever you get your podcasts from. So
Same with me. You can find my Magic stuff at Cheshire Plays Games on YouTube and on Twitch. I do deck techs. I do write for puremtgo.com for Magic stuff, which is an American website. Yeah, yay. And obviously, as I was saying, like, we have a sponsored stream coming up in 2 weeks, thanks to Wizards. #sponsored. Gotta say the #sponsored, otherwise I'm going to get killed by their legal team. Probably figuratively, but also, like, I wouldn't put it past them to do literally, because
they can send hired goons.
Big corporations are scary. No, that's a lie. They're actually lovely people. Chesh breaks everywhere else. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. It sounds like a stupid, shitty thing I have to say, but I have to say it because can't grow without people doing that stuff, and it's become such a horrible phrase to have to use. But I mean, if people don't subscribe, we don't grow. And we're like 40 members off getting our vanity URL for the YouTube, which is nice.
Daryl Adams just said notes the timestamp to send to the mothership. It's like,
Look, it wouldn't be the first time somebody's done that, to be honest.
Also, thanks, Card Experience. Don't worry. You said in Magic Virgie, so please be gentle. But it's like, no, we do a very casual format of Magic, and we pretty much promote that in the community, and that just the good stuff and the creativity around it. We never take it too seriously, which is good. So you might find a home there.
Yeah, it's always about community. And thank you very much, Charlie, for coming on. Because I mean,
thanks,
we've
Charlie.
been conversing for months now. Like ever since I started actually conversing with Cherry and found you, and I was like, you know, here's this dude that's like around about the same age as me and seems to love pop culture and seems like a cool dude. And you know, we got chatting, and turns out you're a really lovely person. So, you know,
thank you, mate. No,
everything you do. For the community.
Thank you both for having me.
That's
it's been
right.
great fun.
Oh, been awesome, dude, and can't wait to keep the chat going. So I just pulled up another one in the Cherry Crew. This is actually a prime one. Time travel is invented. Girls, OMG, I can relive the best times with my ex. Boys, no Grayson, don't collect Eddie Jones rookies. That's Arnie, right? Yes, exactly. Oh, that hits me square in the soul because it's just like, yeah, it's the time and everything. And I've got Eddie Jones rookies too, which has been funny. So, yeah.
It's great. Yeah, a lot of people do. So I think I've got a few. Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's a good one to go out on. Thanks everyone for hanging out, and we'll catch you all soon.
Awesome. Thanks, chat. You guys have been awesome, and thanks, Chesh, and thanks, Charlie.
Guys, see you.
Take care.